Okay, guys, so we're going to start with chapter 2 of Ellen Foster. Hopefully, you have read chapter 1 and you've answered those 3 questions, so you will kind of know what's going on. And we're going to start with chapter 2 now. Chapter 2 is really short, but let's figure out more about Ellen. Okay. When it is morning, I hear my daddy come into the house. He does not sneak. If he had a horse, he would have ridden it right up the steps. He has forgotten last night, and he is foolish enough to think we have too. My mamma has got her own self out of bed. I must have slept hard not to hear her. All my clothes are on that I wore yesterday. It will save me some trouble this morning. He's got her in the kitchen by herself. I know he won't hurt her with his hands. He might throw a cup or a fork at her, but he won't touch her to leave a mark. I try not to leave her by myself with him, not even when they are both asleep in the bed. My baby crib is still up in their bedroom, so when I hear them at night, I throw a fit. I throw a fit and will not stop until I can sleep in that baby bed. He will think twice when I'm around, and I have to see, but the door is shut. There is something in the kitchen I need to go in there and get. She is sitting on one end of the table, and he is sitting at the other end, going through her pocketbook. Some of her heart pills are on the table, rolling around loose, and the bottle is in her lap. Give the bottle to me and let me put the pills back in it. They cost money, I say to her. That's all the pills she's got left, and she took almost the whole GD bottle. He looks at her and tells me, vomit them up, Mama. I stick my finger down her throat and you can vomit them up. She looks at she looks at me and I see she will not vomit. She will not move. Well, I just go to the store and use the telephone. But my daddy says he will kill me if I try to leave this house. All the time I knew he was evil, and I did not have the proof. He would kill me and my mama's both with a knife. He looks at us and rubs her pocketbook patient like he's sitting and wait for folks to die at a time. He wants me to put her back in the bed. Hell, all she needs is some sleep, he says. Take her back there and see if she don't sleep it off. And he gave me a guarantee that the pills would not hurt her bad. We will rest some more. The day is early and we need some more rest. I always love to eat a good supper, brush my teeth, and go to bed early. If I'm not sleepy, I can always find something to do. Lately, I lay up in the bed and read old books. I told the library teacher I wanted to read everything of some count, so she made me a list. That was 2 years ago, and I'm up to the Bonnie sisters right now. I do not read comic books or the newspaper. I found out what news I need off the television. I can hardly tolerate the stories we read for school. Cindy or Lou and the dog and the cat always setting out on some adventure. They might meet a bandit or they might hop a freight, but the police or the engineer always brings them home and they are still good children. I myself prefer the old stories. When I started my project, I enjoyed the laughing Middle Ages. Lady that wore red boots. She was on a trip with a group of people, swapping stories, carrying on, slapping each other on the back. What am I reading now is a fancy for me, but it is on the list. Just men and women sneaking around in a big dark house with one of all each other's business. The library teacher said the author and her sisters wrote books because in their day they could not go out and get jobs. I bet they just went off and did not need to work. I could lay here and read all night. I'm not able to fall asleep without reading. You have the time when your brain has nothing constructive to do, so it rambles. I fool my brain out of that by making it read until it shuts off. I just think it's best to do something right up until you fall asleep. I always want to lay here, and she moves her arm up, and I push my head down by her side, and then I crawl in and make room for myself. My heart can be the one that beats, and hers has stopped. Damn him to the bottom of hell. Damn him. What to do now with the spinning starts will come, and they will come. They will want to know why, and I cannot tell them. They will not come yet. No, not for a while. I have her now while she sleeps, but she is just not breathing. I do have to tell him, so let him sit and wonder at the quiet in here. Why this house is so still and people over everywhere are so glad for the day. Guilty and head down in his chair by God in fear of a sweet dead woman. You can rest with me now until somebody comes to get you. We will not say anything. We can rest. I despise the dress and get off your hands off me is what she needs to be told, but I push the bathroom door and leave my aunt on the other side of me to myself. Is this my lipstick now? I do not think I should put a dab on to wear to church. She would let me, but somebody would say something. Put it back in the back just like you like it. When I am old, I can come back and wear it when it is not for play. They didn't need to do this dress up with her. Somebody must have gotten another lipstick. She left this one at home. To be sure, they don't paint everybody they do business with the same stick. I will just wash my mouth and sit on the toilet to look. I can see them all through the crack of the door. Everybody I have not seen since last Christmas around patting their hands together. My daddy is thinking about how good and tall a glass of anything would be. Before they all got here, he rounded up all his beer cans and pitched them under the back porch. Somebody must have given him that suit. All he ever wears is gray workouts. I want to sew a little patch over the pockets that says his name is Bill. He could be like a Esso man. Can I help you, ma'am? Check your tires, change your oil, throw a knife at you. All he has done since Sunday morning is open the door for folks and shake his head yes or no. His brother Rudolph put him in the car and took him to town to pick out a coffin. I know when he got there, his my mama's sisters chased him off. They are the ones with the taste. He sits there with both feet on the floor and his eyes are red, but not from crying. When somebody goes by and leans forward to his ear, he touches them on the shoulder. Still king, not quiet. She finally shut him up.